Hey, what's going on, guys? Troy, ATXRC Productions here. We are going to tell a quick RunCam story, some RunCam stories. Um, for those that don't know, RunCam HD is a camera that's made by a company called RunCam. RunCam makes all kinds of cameras and CCDs and CMOS style cameras for FPV as well as other industries. It's just something they've gotten into over this whole multi-rotor um, FPV thing going. So prior to the RunCam HD, people already pretty much know about the Mobius. When you look at the two cameras and compare them in shape and what they look like, they appear to be pretty much the same camera. A lot of people will tell you that they're the exact same camera. They're not. I can actually open it up and show you the boards. For instance, the board here, the camera actually has more pins than the other board on the RunCam, which it's not open. I thought I had all the screws out. It's definitely different hardware. Is it similar? Obviously, yes. Very, very, very similar. However, these two cameras are not equal. I have owned 3 Mobius. I will tell you that I've never made it through about 5 crashes, and a couple of them on their first crash have just completely been bricked and not able to be rebooted. I've tried to reboot it. I've tried to restore the firmware, erase everything, and flash everything. Nothing works. This one here actually died. And you can see it's in dang near clean, perfect shape. It was almost brand new. This actually died because of my own error with messing with the firmware. But I've asked around, and this thing, every idea that anybody's had has never gotten this unbricked. So somebody wants it, let me know. I'll send it to you and tell you what the story is behind it, and you can maybe unbrick it. And if so, send it back to me. That'd be great. I'll tell your story, and you can, get some business maybe. That being said, we're here about RunCam. So I've used RunCam before. In fact, I pre-ordered this camera, which is the only RunCam I owned until just a few days ago. It is V1, the original. This was one of the first batches to be released. It is a great camera. Just so you know, it says on there, RunCam. I don't know if you can read it. Born for RC enthusiasts. It's pretty cool. They built this camera specifically for RC guys. Mainly FPV and aerial guys. Real quick, here's a quick little comparison of this camera, which is the original lens and the original firmware, against a GoPro Black with a stock lens, all shot in the same frame setting, which you'll see. So here's that. It's a really good camera. Comparatively, being that this is a $60 camera compared against a $400 camera setup at the time, I would say kudos. You're not going to get all the selections of different settings and all that, but you do get quite a few within the setup app, which is really cool. So this was the original one. You can see, it is beat to heck. The lens is chipped and scuffed around the edges. That being said, this camera, up until a few days ago, still functioned. Once again, this is going to be an issue that I kind of killed this camera. I did have an issue where I crashed it so much that the lens or the camera inside was shifting some and moving, so vibrating. So I went in there and I was going to glue it, and then while I was in there, I decided to see if I could stick the Mobius lens in it, and that's where I realized the pins were different. It didn't work, so I went to put everything back, and for some reason I now have bricked this one. Not the same thing that happened to this. This is not bricked just because I took the lens out. This is a firmware issue, just so you know. So this one, for some reason, just won't fire back up and record. That being said, I had put it through hell, and it was the original small profile lens. So I contacted RunCam. Actually, I purchased a RunCam on their webpage. In the comments, I put, hey, you should check out my YouTube. You guys already use the footage you saw. Is on their main page, and they asked me if they could put that video a while back. I said, you already used one of my videos, just, consider letting me do a review on something new. They emailed me back and said, sure, thank you for the previous video and all the support in all the other areas that they've seen me say that their camera is something other people should buy whenever people ask, hey, what cameras are you using? So they said, appreciate it. Guess what? We're going to send you an extra RunCam this time. So cool. Awesome. You'll notice I just pulled this out of the mount, and this mount is not attached to anything. That's because this is the first one that they sent me. They sent me two. I ordered one and paid for it, and again, they sent me two doubled up together. So that's these two. This actually has the exact same lens, the 2.8f, that GoPros have, the stock GoPro lens. So this is actually a higher quality lens than the ones that came on the original batch. You can now buy two different lens types as well. So there you go. So I thought it was really cool. You know, I appreciate it. And so thank you, RunCam, for showing the support. Again, your cameras are great. It's better than a Mobius. Again, I can attest to that by this one lasted 8 months, 6 months, and is beat to heck. So I think a lot of people will attest that these things take punishment, though you shouldn't punish it. And it's a great, visually, it's a great quality camera for the price. So this one, got these in the mail the other day, and I'll just show you. Here's our unboxing. When you get one of these RunCam HDs, you open the box, and these boxes are some of the best. Sounds stupid, but it's some of the best boxes in the game that I've seen. These are really quality boxes that they send their cameras in, which is good to me. So you open it up. That's the box. Has a warranty policy, which all their stuff comes with, a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 1-year warranty. There's the box inside. It's sitting inside of a foam kind of spacer. So we'll take it out, and before we get to the camera, at the bottom, for the price, for 60 bucks, they include a USB connection. They include a slip-on mount, which you can Velcro or double-side tape or all kinds of different mounting positions. I've used zip ties on it and all kinds of things. They give you, which everybody should keep extras of these. Every RunCam HD gets its own quality and says RunCam on it, lens cloth. So you can polish those lenses and keep them nice and clean. Remember to wash your hands, guys, when you use these. Don't have dirty, greasy hand. That will transfer through. So pretty cool for the money, for 60 bucks. And again, something else that you get, which is something people pay anywhere from $5 to $15 for, is this. It's a USB connection that plugs into the back of the RunCam and then can plug into your VTX to not only power the RunCam, but transmit the video. So you could get an FPV experience out of the RunCam. That being said, don't use this as your FPV camera if you're flying a low, high-speed, rocket. It's going to have latency and you're going to hit a tree. Or a person. Hopefully not a person, just a tree. And once again, here's another, it's just another one they give you, which is to actually be able to plug it in here and then be able to run the video, which would be this cable. It plugs in here. And you could hook this up to a monitor, so you could just have remote viewing from a static view of the RunCam HD. So pretty cool. I just thought that was really, really awesome that they include all this in their package. It's one of the reasons I think people go to RunCam is, even if you don't need it, these are great cables to have on hand at any given time. You never know. So, unboxed. So that's a RunCam. So we actually, again, got two. They do come with a lens cap protector on them too, and there's also supposed to be a little piece of plastic, which I already pulled off. Real quick funny story. I took one out 2 nights ago, the first run on it. I set it up on their firmware setup, which is on their website you go to, and you can change all kinds of settings on it. So I took it and I threw it on the 300 Disco, and the footage you actually saw on the intake was this camera taking a huge spill. I kind of came through and I clipped the edge of a line, and when I hit the line, it hit a tree, trying to shake it out. And I searched for an hour for this camera in the dark. I couldn't find it where I thought it was. And I'm telling this story because you'll see where it landed. I was 10 feet away from that spot. It was on the sidewalk, 20 feet the other direction than I ever expected it would have flown from the way that it crashed. So it just goes to show you guys, pay attention to how you crash, pay attention to what you're doing, rolling left or right or forward. I thought I was spinning forward and backward. It actually apparently spun very violently the other rolling direction on the y-axis, or roll axis, instead of pitching, and that flung it a good distance. But hey, I tested it, it still works, and we got good video. So there you go. That's that. It's a great camera. The lens, I love the new lens on it. It's much better than the original lens. You get definitely a wider angle and a much, much cleaner resolution. This thing this thing records in 1080, I believe at 30 frames, and it will record 720 at 60 frames. So it's a great FPV camera. It's a great camera for just testing and going and doing stuff. I'd say it's a great dash camera. I mean, this is a great camera that I would use in a lot of different situations. These mounts are really easy to do really fun custom things with. You can take a GoPro mount, for instance, and actually hot glue to the bottom of this, and now you can use GoPro clips. So all kinds of stuff, guys. RunCam HD, go check them out, runcam.com, and it's definitely a camera worth getting. 60 bucks. For me, it's a disposable HD camera, but it takes a beating before it's actually disposable. Again, I got 6 months of beating out of my other one, and I crash all the time. I crash more than I fly, probably. It's fun to crash, though. So RunCam HD, really appreciate it. Thank you for your support over there. Thank you guys for supporting the channel here on YouTube. Fly safe, fly smart, just fly something, fly wherever. Fly FPV today, okay? Later.